Today is June 5th in the Bahamas, Labor Day. Nothing to celebrate in Abaco. And I think today has made history in the Bahamas that the Prime Minister made sure that you didn't have Labor Day celebration in the Bahamas. I think they're fearful that people will go out and really express how they feel about this government. They will turn the Labor Day holiday into unrest on how they're being treated by this government, especially Abaconian. We have nothing to celebrate in Abaco. No holiday, no labor. But what we saw, what Kai Mills saw, was unbelievable. A friend of mine said, Kai, there is a lot of money in confusion. There's a lot of money in disaster. And we had a disaster. And I saw the laborers. You imagine somebody coming out of Nassau, got to pay $50,000 to bring their equipment, over $50,000 to bring their equipment on the boat. Have no contract. No contract has been signed in the beginning. But they went with their politicians, the big generals. The laborers out of Nassau came out the woodwork. And before I talk, I usually do my investigation. So I asked them, how did y'all get here in Abaco? Who give y'all contract? Say, boy, we are from such and such constituency, and my member parliamentary go to Abaco. They'll fill out the dots with the Ministry of Works. Boy, Ministry of Works gotta have a lot of investigation if the government change. There's a lot of stuff that I saw went on in Ministry of Works and the cronies that came to Abaco. We got a guy in Central Pines right now. His machine's being broke down for 4 months, but he's still sending in the bills. We have this company called Caribbean Paving Solution. Caribbean Paving Solution was making so much money, they went into advertisement. They put a video out that they had 100 workers working in the mud, and 90% of them were Abaconians. I immediately hit to the air and said that's an absolute lie. What they were doing is trying to justify them stealing from the government, because they say they put that money, people on the ground, each one of them, the government pays X amount per hour. So they get this big sheet, nobody to check it. Richard Bruno, who the government brought in here after hurricane, he checks certain people. He don't check them big company because they're connected with the big F&M politicians. So Caribbean Solution would advertise that they got 100 men on the ground, and 90% of them were Abaconian. At the time, they had 2 people from Abaco. 2. That's it. They never had 100. Never, ever had 100. The most they had on the ground was about 40 to 50 people. Period. I'm there. I'm watching every day with my camera. These guys came into labor, and boy, did they labor. You imagine one company got an excess of over 7 million? Caribbean Paving Solution, rake up excess of 7 million, and using the Abaco name, the Mitchell name, to justify their stealing. Mitchell could never count their money, nor would the money go in Mitchell account for Caribbean Paving Solution. Every fool in the Bahamas know that's just a front. Everybody used the young man. It's terrible. There needs to be investigation into that. And Mitchell said, that's sad. I know he's from Abaco. I know his father. I know his mother. But Mitchell came, and after they made that huge amount of money off our suffering, he came into Nassau and had this big presentation to the Prime Minister of COVID-19 testing stuff. But if Mitchell is really Abaconian, to date, we're opening up. I heard on the news yesterday that they are just now going to send testing stuff into Abaco. But Mitchell gave them to the government in Nassau. He made all this money in Abaco, but left nothing. I'm saying all this black on black syndrome. That's the worst type of racist, boy, and we had it from the top in the Bahamas. You imagine Mitchell from Abaco made all that money in Abaco and not one shingle, nothing he left behind. Then we have another big, this black-owned company supposed to be Black Brothers, Bill Simmons Construction. Bill Simmons got people from Abaco working with him. This phone keep. On Labor Day, you're talking about the labor. I'm talking about the labor. Bill Simmons Construction being there under 3 Prime Minister. Got people from Abaco working with him. You think those brothers that said they have their roots in Abaco would say, you know what, we've made excess of 20 million. Can we drop, let's say $1 million? Being over excessive, but we make 20. Can you put $1 million back into the community after hurricane? And it's so interesting that these guys did paving. Then they're collecting garbage. These are laborers that Abaconian could do. We have Cully Construction there. Cully them got over $1 million worth of equipment. Again, I said it cost these guys to bring their equipment over 50,000. Cully Bulldozering had his stuff at the traffic light. You can't miss him for months. Man, they vote F&M, you know, to their detriment. These are F&M brothers also. But this is when you do not have a member of parliament that knows what he's doing. James Albury and Darren Henfield together, they don't weigh 2 cents. Name one person that Darren Henfield said, look at this job have to go to Abaconians because the money gonna stay in Abaco. Name one person that James Albury, we got Big Cat there. You know, you got the roads broken. Big Cat fixed roads. The roads in Dundastan, Marshall were broken in half near the seashore. A young man almost got himself killed the other day in Dundastan, docking from a hole. You think the government has issued any contract yet? No. But these MPs, F&M MPs in Nassau were so huge and aggressive, they overshadowed Darren and James like they're non-existent. We know they're non-existent. 8 months in, they're non-existent. But the laborer and the laborers, they all overlook Abaco to allow some monetary fund to remain in Abaco. So this Labor Day, again, means nothing to Abaco nor Abaconians. These guys have hogged up everything, and we're gonna be stuck with their broken down bulldozer and their tractor. When they finish sucking everything with Abaco, they're back in Nassau, and their machine's gonna be on the side of the road for an eyesore for years to come. It is so sad as an Abaconian that we don't have a member of parliament that can allow us to get some monetary fund from the labor that is needed. You have to bring in outside help when Big Cat got as much equipment as any of them. Cully Bulldozer have the same thing. Rid of the traffic light in Marshall, but 9 months in, they haven't given Cully Bulldozering one single contract. That's unacceptable. That's excessive greed. But that's what happens when you don't have a member of parliament that knows you. You see, we sold you in the poll, and I still don't know how this happened. In Abaco, James Albury, months before the election, James Albury was an American citizen. I don't know how James Albury, I still don't believe that James Albury is a Bahamian citizen. How could James Albury got his American citizenship revoked and got a Bahamian citizenship in months? It takes some people 18 years. How did James Albury get his Bahamian citizenship? He got it so late that he couldn't even vote for himself because he had to be in the district for over 6 months. He weren't there 6 months when he got it, so he couldn't even vote for himself. Then you got Darren Henfield. 35 years. Darren haven't helped anybody. Never been a part of it. Basketball, volleyball, softball, Barrel Society. No organization in Abaco. But he's the member of parliament. You get the government you vote for. Darren don't know 90% of the people that voted for him. So why should Darren Henfield feel anyway obligated to help anybody in Abaco? All of y'all to Darren Henfield is strangers. That is what happened when you go for the collar and you didn't go for the man. This is one of these Kai Care video. Hopefully, in the not too distant future, you wouldn't go for the collar, you would go for the man. Kai case on a Labor Day, where they all cleaned out Abaco, all the monetary funds are gone. They got the drone down there for $7 million for the peas in the mud, and over 5,000 persons have been displaced. Half of them because what the government has done, and to date, nobody is laboring in the government to try to get these people in some closure, in some homes, and hurricane season is upon us. You're live with Kai on WCAY when you have a government that's not for the people on Labor Day.